What if your government secretly paid millions to terrorists after promising never to? Officials say no ransom was paid. Intelligence sources say millions were delivered by helicopter. So, who is telling the truth? Because behind the rescue of nearly 230 school children, there may be a deal nobody wants to admit. If ransom was paid, it could change Nigeria's security policy, its anti-ransom law, and even future elections. Tonight, we break down the facts, the contradiction, and the power game behind this story. If you care about truth and accountability, please like this video, subscribe, and stay with us. In November, government stormed St. Mary's boarding school in Niger State. Nearly 300 students and staff were taken. At least 50 escaped. The rest were held for 2 weeks. Then suddenly, they were released. The government said negotiations worked. Officials insisted no ransom was paid, but intelligence sources told reporters that millions of dollars were delivered to militants linked to Boko Haram. Some sources even claimed the money was flown by helicopter to a remote stronghold. That claim alone has shaken public trust. So what really happened? Nigeria passed a law in 2022 banning ransom payments. Anyone who pays could face up to 15 years in prison. The goal was simple: stop making kidnappers profitable. But here's the contradiction: kidnapping has continued to rise. According to conflict monitoring groups, Nigeria recorded over 800 abductions in a single year. Let that sink in. If ransom payments are happening quietly, then the law may exist only on paper, and that changes everything. Now, let's look at the players. Negotiation was reportedly led by Nigeria's National Security Advisor. The government strongly denied any payments, but sources claims millions were transferred, 2 militant commanders were released, and certain villages were allowed to reopen supply routes. If true, this was not just a rescue, it was a strategic exchange. And here's the bigger question: was the government trying to save life quietly or trying to avoid political embarrassment? Remember, this happened amid international criticism, including comments from Donald Trump about security and religious tension in Nigeria. Pressure was building. Timing matters in politics. But here's the part nobody is talking about. Kidnapping in Nigeria is no longer random crime. Experts describe it as a structured industry, an economy, a business model. Militants need money, weapons cost money, and relocation costs money. One analyst suggested the faction behind the abduction may have needed urgent funds after moving from another stronghold. If ransom was paid, it may not just fund one group, it may finance the next wave of kidnapping. That is a dangerous circle. Pay equals to strength and equals to repeat. This is how it was structured. The State Security Service says government agents don't pay ransom, but families across Nigeria tell a different story. Some say they raise money privately. Some others say security officials acted as middlemen. In previous school abduction, report later confirmed payment even after public denial. So the public is asking, if ransom is illegal, who is being persecuted? If ransom is not paid, why do kidnappers keep releasing large groups safely? These questions are growing louder, and silence creates suspicion. But here's the deeper issue. What happens when a government must choose between saving lives today and preventing future kidnappings tomorrow? There is no easy answer, and that is where politics meets morality. This story goes beyond one school. It affects national security policy, trust in leadership, investment confidence, and election narrative. If voters believe the government says one thing and does another, trust erodes. If militants believe high-profile kidnapping brings money, incentives grow. And if the anti-ransom law is quietly ignored, enforcement credibility collapses. This is not just a security crisis, it is a governance test. So, the question is, what happened next? There will be three scenarios that possibly could happen. One of the scenarios is that the government need to release evidence proving no money was paid, while the second scenario is that more leaks emerge confirming payments, and the third scenario is that the truth remains hidden and kidnapping continue. If ransom payments are exposed, political opponents could weaponize it in future elections. If no payment was made, the government must explain how negotiations succeeded without threatening militants. Either way, transparency will shape public opinion, and public opinions shape power. Here is the final question. Should a government ever pay ransom to save children? Or does that guarantee more children will be taken? This debate is not going away. If you believe leaders must be transparent, comment below. If you think saving life comes first, tell us why. Like this video, subscribe for more deep political investigation, and share this story because democracy survives when citizens stay informed. See you in the next report.